Okay, so whose bright idea was it to put this giant staircase here? Why can't you just install a lift? You've clearly got the money for it.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
With money and influence, boy. Money and influence rules the world. Now, I know we're going to get into a conversation pretty much once we get in the doors, so I may actually spend one of our royal jelly to boost up our effort in preparation. But you didn't expect him to have like a really impressive door knocker for doors like that. Here we are in the lobby. Like I said, this guy does ostentatious pretty well.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Louis de Richet, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take...
Well, we suspect it's something to do with that Godoy, based on the letter.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
So here we go. This is like what the main... I wouldn't say combat mechanic, but it's a war of words. This is where we have to convince another person to confide in us or do something for us, and we have to manipulate them. And we've got normally somewhere between 4 and 2 steps to do it, and we have a number of blunders we can make. But if we fail, then they walk off in a huff. So, confrontations. During a confrontation, you have to go through several steps while being as persuasive as possible. Confrontations have consequences on the rest of the story, so don't hesitate to use your skills.
Well, thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind.
I'm going to actually spend that as well.
Her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Yes, she arrived several weeks ago. Never mind. Well, I mean, at least it's not being timed. That's one thing. There's no timer. So, yes, she got here several weeks ago.
Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is commendable. But as we work together on a daily basis, it is surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Now, previously, I could use the etiquette to say I was an art collector. Now, this time around, I can use that. That's going to cost us 3 points, though. I'm not sure he is actually a member of the Golden Order. Professional secret, sorry. But I will spend the points just to show you how it works. This may also actually be a fail one. I'm not sure. Maybe this will annoy him.
Our motto has always been discretion in all things, and to promise to never betray a word of honor. Was your secret safe with Mother? It will be even more so with me.
You have convinced me. The mystery with which your mother...
Well, no, it worked. Spending the points was worth it.
She carries your motto close to her heart. Your words seem sincere, my son.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
I think you should. Now, this is a timed one, and I know from previous experience he is prone to manipulation. So I am going to spend my final 3 points on this.
Hesitant. The simplest thing to do is just to give it to her when you see her. After all, it's not that urgent.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's urgent. I mean, what if we don't find each other here on the island?
Though I don't know yet when I'll be leaving. I might not be staying for very long. What to do? Can you see a solution?
Come on. Just give me the letter for crying out loud.
I cannot run the risk alone. I am going to trust you. You seem like an honest man.
Bingo.
Listen to me, my child.
I'm not,
If I
but
give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
so final step, last step even. For the last step of the confrontation, you must convince the person you are talking to by giving a positive answer. Okay, well, we can use our blunders here. Now, we can't use the science, because we don't have enough points. We could use some royal jelly. Let's go, no worries. This may be a blunder.
Almighty God, to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen. Let's
No,
stop.
okay, just lying outright works.
Tell you a secret.
Because we may take a sneaky peek.
Mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share it.
So he does know about our order. I must have not picked that up from the conversation last time.
You can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
So there we go. Hidden elements. Many clues and items are hidden. So essentially wander around and have a look for stuff. Which we've already been doing a fair bit of wandering. And this gives us an opportunity to admire the art in this place.
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Or pick up goodies like Devil's Thorn. Grants you exalted state. You temporarily see immunities and vulnerabilities affecting a dialogue choice. So that is obviously very useful in a conversation. And hell, damnation.
All of the damned by
There you go.
Romans.
Yeah.
The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Now, we can't get through that. That bar means we can't get through the door. We're going to carry on having a poke around. I don't think there are any other pickups around here. Just more art. A fancy book. We can't go up the stairs yet
Just
either.
arrived. It might be bad
Yeah.
manners to go upstairs without being invited.
There's something on the table here.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Well, we do have erudition, and it's not going to cost us any points.
Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
So once again, this is another book we can potentially read this evening and give ourselves a skill point. I don't know if there was anything over on this table.
I thought my chimney
We can pour ourselves a drink, maybe.
beyond belief. It's the least one can say. I've been longing.
So now we get to meet some other guests to the party and other members of the secret society. Like the American gentleman here.
Also just arrived.
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the
There we go.
United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
So Mr. Washington and a Mr. Bonaparte show up in this game.
It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Oh, another timed one. So my mother, about a letter. Well, we can't use either of these. Let's talk about mother.
Disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason?
Hey, maybe some of the dialogue and writing
Not in
and
the slightest.
voice acting is a little hammy,
I've
but
been invited by
it's
Sir
theatre.
Paul, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Now, we could invent something or actually just
Lord
Well,
Mortimer
remain
asked me to come
honest.
as quickly as possible to find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Now, that looks important.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it
He's another member.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host.
And what a looker he is,
He
eh?
can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Let's ask about that
Sir
man.
Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Now, this is another one of those branching past things. Now, last time I did stay in Tut, Washington. I tried to out-politics George Washington. That didn't go too well. So this time, I want to go see what the aristocrat has to say.
Let's follow home.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Home. I shall see you later.
Whether he's not going to be too happy with me about that, but we're trying different things here.
Troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was, too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale.
See, politics skill required.
Excuse
Yeah,
me,
we
sir.
missed out on
I've
that
been
chance.
neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Home, an old friend of Lord
Also,
Mortimer.
I'm going to top
A real
up our
pleasure.
effort.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
Does he know my mother? What is the story exactly? Let's be a little more coy. What is the story?
Disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer.
They seem to both seem to be the same thing then.
Couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
What did my mother come here for? What is the link between Hillsborough and my mother? Who could have held a grudge against my mother? Is anyone else missing other than my mother? Let's... Well, it's all about mother, but how I met your mother?
Do you know
No.
if anyone else has gone
Let's
missing?
see if there's anybody else
Not at
missing.
all, sir. It's as if Sarah has purely and simply vanished into thin air.
That's right. Just take me for an idiot, why don't you?
Not even a servant, then.
Not even a servant. I can assure you, we would have been informed.
Keep your faith, my son. Only the celebrated Sarah de Richet could vanish before our very eyes, and she will reappear. You will see.
No!
Elizabeth!
She's having a turn in the corner there.
I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Wait,
Let me
yeah,
handle this. I'm
I'll take
used
care
to
of
this
it.
kind of thing. Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Now we could science her. We could notice something with the occult, or we could be vigilant.
Slight arrhythmia.
Let's use
Nothing
science.
serious. Do you often feel faint?
Leave me alone.
Yes, Elizabeth suffers from poor health. Her fits are part of her daily life.
I would guess it's more like an anxiety attack, as if something had suddenly terrorized her.
She reeks of laudanum, though.
Are you receiving any regular medical treatment, miss? Miss Adams, are you receiving any medical treatment?
No,
I don't know what you have to be afraid of yet.
I'm self-medicating.
Drive out your demons with drugs won't do much good.
Can you tell me something about her?
Who is she? What's wrong with her? What's she doing
Who is this
here?
young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Sea air can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you
Pretty
feel
sure they
any-
have sea air in America.
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me. I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
So even taking a different route, we still miss out on other things because we haven't got certain skills. So, like I said, this game does strike me as something that would benefit several different playthroughs,
All the more
just to
delicate.
experience everything.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities.
So,
Well, I am
George
impressed
Washington's
with all the
recognised a film
Don't
somewhere.
spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that
Like I said, some of the voice acting is a little hammy
remarkable.
and a little ostentatious.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal.
So vigilance has come up several more
But I
times
must
than
say,
I
he
recognised
does have
last
some
playthrough.
outstanding pieces.
Let's go with that one. No. No, we did it in time.
So,
And we did have the erudition.
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have
Well, we
perhaps
got the
already
psychology check
forgotten
there
her.
at least.
She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Well, it's almost the evening. Time to rest up.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President.
So we may wrap up
Parents,
this episode
Duchess,
at the end of
same
kind of this
rooms as
chapter.
usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Though we will do a little bit of
friends,
exploring
I
before
am bon
time is up.
I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
And it's not over yet. So, thankfully, all the rooms are labelled. And I know I've got to go that way. So, I'm going to go about face and have a little bit of an explore. This is quite a big place. Also, I can't remember if any of the sideboards actually have anything we can use. Can't get into Boney's room. Stick the Frenchmen together. Well, surely I should be over here as well, then. And I don't think we can go downstairs. No, blocked. And... ooh. Pickups. Golden Elixir. Golden Elixir cures all negative alterations. You cannot carry more than 5. So, consuming too many of the kind of consumables. I think it's like 4 in like a chapter. Causes a negative effect.
Encyclopedia.
And that's like another like half a book. Well, a third of a book. We collect enough pages out of that, then we've got another manuscript we can read. So yeah, that golden elixir thing cures those negative traits. So presumably, if we have too many of those in a row, we'll also get a negative. Ooh. Another thorn. And this is stairs up to, well, from playing more through, I haven't managed to go up there, but this is to the next floor and Mr. Mortimer's private chambers. Can't get it through there, and it's not labelled either yet. This is
Monsieur
Johann von Wöllner. Yeah, so the Prussian. Can't think there was anything over here. Nope, no glowy things. Like I said, you spend a lot of time just wandering around trying to find pickups because most of them are consumables that are actually useful. I do like the level design in this. It does feel like a rich lived-in environment, and for kind of like one of these investigation games, it just adds an extra layer to it. So I don't know if you've picked up. I've been really enjoying playing this. The fact that I'm playing it through a second time, trying out different things, is probably a clear indicator.
George Washington.
That means, I think, the door around here then is... I'm pretty sure this is Elizabeth's. It's just not labelled. If I can remember last time, I'm pretty sure she was fairly close to old Georgie Boy's apartments. Like, they've got the Frenchmen together, they've got the Americans together. Although I think I'm next door to the Cardinal. And I'm not sure what this one is. I don't think it's even got a
Honey, I couldn't
way in.
hope for better.
Nope. Nothing else. Can't take a walk out onto the veranda. And I'm pretty sure this is us, is it? No, that's the Cardinal. So this is us. There you go. Louis de Richet. We best check these last few tables. Just make sure there's nothing else we missed. There's a book. I'm collecting books, if you hadn't noticed. Nothing there. Oh, that's Manuel Godoy. Now, that was a name that did crop up in the...
I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Another collectible coin. One of the names that cropped up in with the letter drop out on the pier. He was even thinking it might have been who Mother was coming to see.
Right.
And we've made it to our
With
room.
this letter, it might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Now, obviously, if we had enough points, I mean, we could eat another royal jelly and unseal it. We could look in the letter. Now, I've looked in the letter. It's not that interesting. I'm actually going to save my points. It's a list of names. And it will make our job a lot easier later on. So I'm going to
Can't wait to open
leave
it,
the
but
letter closed.
I gave my word to Piaggi, so too bad. I'll wait until I hand it.
It's not so much about my word. It's just knowing it's going to cost us points later on.
Do things halfway.
And he's got a lot to
Saturn devouring
think about.
the sun.
Look at the artwork.
I saw the same theme in the hall.
Yeah, there's a picture downstairs. Yeah. Caramelite water. Caramelite water gives you a focus state. Your next skill use will cost no effort. Now, this is really good for kind of like high-cost ones. It's like a gambit you can use. So, if you combine that with one that you know will be really effective, but they're kind of rare. They're not as abundant as the royal jelly. I will say that much. Also, there's a glowy thing up there, which we can't quite reach. If we had agility, we could. So we may get some points to actually spend on that.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Oh, did I hear a dink? Thought I heard a dink. There you go. More coins. Can't have any coffee. It's maybe a little too late in the day for coffee. No, just more artwork. This is a box we can open if we have... I mean, we could spend a point on it.
Golden elixir.
Let's do it. Yeah, so there we go. We've got another gold elixir, which will negate any negative traits. And we might spend a little bit of time poking around out here. We can admire the view. I don't know whether we can do it at night. I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere. There you go. You can do this in the day as well. Though all you get to see is really sea and rocks.
Carmelite water. They say that if
But
you
there
drink
are
this
pickups
with
here.
honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Oh. That's important later on. I will say that. I know this is cheating a little. It's a semi-blind run. I know a lot of stuff that's going to crop up.
This is
But there's still a lot of things I haven't seen. So, more coins. We can't get through this door. I wonder if we can later on. Certainly not in this chapter, but I wonder if, you know, in kind of subsequent episodes. Time for bed. And like I said, this will probably be a good place to wrap this first episode. I mean, we've gone on for a while. And in fact, I may have to even split this. So there we go. Went to the manor, pieced together Mother's movements, convinced Piaggi, met Washington, joined Sir Holm. Could have remained in the Grand Hall to speak with Mr. Washington. So that's kind of just an alternate type thing, which we did different. We didn't fail at anything as well, which is a good thing. And we get to level up now. So we've unlocked traits, we've character traits revealed, new characters met, and vulnerabilities exploited. So we got a bunch of points. Still a little ways off getting any more. So time to start spending some more points. Now, like I said, manipulation's an important one, as is psychology, but I think the other important one in conversations is etiquette. I'm going to spend some points there. And we do have a book. We have a couple of books, in fact. Science, conviction, and occultism. So, I mean, it's going to level up these. So it's not actually going to benefit anything else we're looking to upgrade. So I may pump it into... What else of these do we do? Diversion occasionally. Conviction occasionally. I know agility will pay off potentially tomorrow. Okay, we'll spend 1 point there. And this is where we get to use one of our books to benefit us. So, like I said, more in occultism, not really useful. Science we've already got. I may put it into conviction. So, I mean, that will give us 2 points. And, like I said, what's used more? Conviction or science occasionally? We already have... Well, I mean, we already have science and occultism. I mean, science is further along. So, if we get any more science books, I suppose. Maybe the encyclopedia is a science book. Let's go with the science then. And we'll have that slowly leveled up. And time for more dreams. Like I said, we will wrap it here. I mean, we'll carry on from this point next time. But clearly we're having another vision. And Sir Holm is playing chess with somebody. I wonder who it could be. Could it be our
The
host?
servants are not very efficient.
And we're possessing the mindless servants once again.
They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
Ah, but it's not the start of the game for me.
During our game of chess?
Or is that actually...
Hey, Gregory, the game won't disappear.
I never figured that before. It could be kind of foreboding. Losing a knight at the start of the game.
Don't trouble yourself.
Is that potentially the person we shot right in the prologue?
It is never too
Is he the knight?
We have much to discuss. One last
That could be a very subtle layer that the person we took out of the equation in the prologue, be it shooting them in the chest or knocking them out in the other route.
start like this.
That could be actually... that's quite clever. I like that. And of course, as I said, Boney is turned up. We don't really need to worry about him just yet. We don't get to meet him until the following day at breakfast, dinner time, something like that. But like I said, I will wrap this episode. Considering how long we've gone, this is probably episode 2 we're wrapping up. I've probably split this already.
There's nothing like it for a good night.
But if you've enjoyed this so far, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. And of course, you can reach out to us on any of the socials over at the Kilobits. Or, of course, let us know what you think in the comments below or by hitting that like button. Alright. Until next time, folks. Good night.